Question number 1. 3 coins are tossed simultaneously 200 times with the following frequencies of different outcomes. If the 3 coins are simultaneously tossed again, compute the probability of getting less than 3 tails.
Excellent. 2 on 200 is a brilliant choice.
Question number 2. A bag contains 5 blue marbles, 4 red marbles, and 3 orange marbles. Mr. Rogers picks one without looking, replaces it and picks another one. What is the probability that he picks 2 that are not orange?
Strong choice. 916 is the right answer.
Question number 3. A spinner has 8 equal regions. Each region is marked with one of the following numbers: 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. What is the probability of an even number being spun on the first roll?
You chose 1, and it is correct.
Question number 4. A bag contains 9 green marbles, 5 yellow marbles, and 6 red marbles. You choose 1 marble. What is the probability of selecting a green or red marble? Do you add or multiply probabilities?
You got it. Your choice add is right.
Question number 5. Sarah, Sammy, Victor, Vicky, and Valerie are in math group. 2 students are randomly picked to be the co-leaders. What is the probability that the students picked were Sammy and Victor?
Correct response. Funsty 20 is the most accurate answer.
Question number 6. In a medical examination of students of a class, the following blood groups are recorded. A student is selected at random from the class. Find the probability that she has blood group B.
Great thinking. 310 is the right choice.
Question number 7. There are 3 red marbles, 4 blue marbles, 2 green marbles, and 6 clear marbles in a burlap bag. 1 marble is randomly pulled from the bag. What is the probability the marble was green?
Good job, your answer 2 to 15 works well here.
Question number 8. Jamie has 3 raffle tickets. 100 tickets were sold. Her name was not drawn for the first prize. What is the probability that her name will be drawn for the second prize?
FUM 33 is the answer.
Question number 9. Families with 3 children were selected randomly, and the following data recorded if a family member is chosen at random. Compute the probability that it has no boy child.
Nice selection. 2015 is the correct and valid answer.
Question number 10. A spinner is spun twice. What is the probability of spinning green both times? Need a fraction for both attempts, then multiply together.
Solid response. Punty 16 is a valid choice. Question number 11. A coin and a number cube with the numbers 1 through 6 are tossed. What is the probability of the coin showing tails and the number cube showing the number 3? Great job. Funty 12 is the accurate answer.
Question number 12. You roll a 6-sided number cube. What is the probability of rolling an even number 3 times in a row?
You're right. 1 by 8 is the correct answer.
Question number 13. What is the probability of picking a green marble, keeping it, then picking another green marble? Nicely done. 1 per 7 is a solid answer. Question number 14. The following MetaMem colors are in the bowl: 4 yellow, 6 orange, 3 green, 5 blue, 2 brown. What is the probability of selecting a brown candy?
Valid point. Fupty 10 is true.
Question number 15. 2 coins are tossed 1,000 times and the outcomes are recorded as below. Based on this information, find the probability for at most 1 head.
Right choice. 4p5 is the best answer.
Question number 16. The spinner is divided into 8 equal parts. Find the theoretical probability of landing on the given section of the spinner. Got p equal to.
Exactly. 5p8 makes sense and it is right choice. Question number 17. What is the probability of pulling a red marble out of a jar of marbles that have 10 green marbles, 7 red marbles, and 3 blue marbles? Perfect. 7/20 is the correct choice.
Question number 18. The Bargain Auto Mall has these cars in stock. If a car is selected at random, find the probability that it is foreign and mid-sized.
Well reasoned. 20T300 is the correct choice.
Question number 19. 2 cards are chosen at random from a standard deck of 52 cards without replacement. What is the probability of choosing 2 kings?
On track. 2221 is the correct answer.
Question number 20. At a community swimming pool, there are 2 managers, 8 lifeguards, 3 concession stand clerks, and 2 maintenance people. If a person is selected at random, find the probability that the person is either a lifeguard or a manager.
Well picked. 2/3 is the correct answer. Question number 21. What is the probability of flipping a coin twice and landing on tails both times? Excellent choice. 1/4 is the right answer.
Question number 22. A bag contains some red-colored and some blue-colored marbles. First, a red-colored marble is drawn, and then, without replacing the first marble, a blue-colored marble is drawn. Are the 2 events dependent or independent?
Nice work. You chose dependent, and it is correct.
Question number 23. A coin is tossed, and then a regular 6-sided die is rolled. What is the probability of the resulting outcome being? Oh!
Clear logic. Your choice 1004 is sound and 100% true.
Question number 24. If 33% of the students at Warren Middle School have a pet, then what is the probability of the students who do not have a pet?
Correct. 67% is the right answer.
Question number 25. If you spin 2 times, what is the probability of landing on green both times?
Smart pick. Funty 36 is the correct choice.
Question number 26. Where on the number line would you place the following event? You will see a live dinosaur on the way home from school today.
Smart move. Zoe is an accurate answer.
Question number 27. The letters that form the word mathematics are placed in a bowl. What is the probability of choosing a letter that is a vowel?
Right again. 4p11 is a valid answer.
Question number 28. If you roll 1 die, what is the probability of getting an odd number or a 4? Are the events inclusive or mutually exclusive?
Good thinking. Mutually exclusive is the right answer.
Question number 29. 1 card is randomly picked from a regular deck of cards. What is the theoretical probability that the card picked is a jack? Sharp thinking. Fun 13 is the right choice. Question number 30. If a stone is dropped at random on the arrangement of tiles shown, what is the probability the stone lands on a black tile? Well done. 539 is the right choice. Question number 31. If you choose from the following LMM colors, what is the probability that you choose blue? Freen 6, yellow E, blue 7, brown. Nice selection. 4013 is the correct and valid answer. Question number 32. Where on the number line would you place the following event? If you roll a dice, it will land on 8. Great job. Zoe is the accurate answer.
Question number 33. A die is thrown 6 times and number on it is noted as given below. Compute the probability of getting a prime number.
Clear logic. Your choice 1002 is sound and 100% true. Question number 34. A basket contains 4 apples and 6 peaches. You randomly select one piece of fruit and eat it. Then you randomly select another piece of fruit. What is the probability that both pieces of fruit are apples?
Nice work. You chose 2 to 15 and it is correct. Question number 35. If you draw out a red marble, keep it, then draw out a blue marble. Is it independent or dependent probability? Solid response. Dependent is a valid choice.
Question number 36. Barry rolls 2 number cubes. What is the probability that the sum of the 2 number cubes will be less than 5?
Excellent choice. 1 per 6 is the right answer. Question number 37. You have a bag of 17 marbles. 4 are blue, 6 are green, 2 are red, and the others are yellow. What is the probability of drawing a green marble, putting it aside, and then drawing another green marble?
5136 is true.
Question number 38. Where on the number line would you place the following event? If today is Thursday, tomorrow will be Friday.
You chose 1, and it is correct. Question number 39. Bag A contains 9 red marbles and 3 green marbles. Bag B contains 9 black marbles and 6 orange marbles. Find the probability of selecting 1 green marble from Bag A and 1 black marble from Bag B. Smart move. 3 to 20 is an accurate answer. Question number 40. A regular 6-sided die is to be rolled once. What is the probability that a number less than 3 is rolled? Perfect. 1 pre 3 is the correct choice. Question number 41. What is the probability of getting an odd number on the first roll and less than 3 on the second roll? Well picked. 1 by 6 is the correct answer. Question number 42. You pick a marble from this bag. What is the probability you will choose either a black or white marble? Right choice. 3-5 is the best answer. Question number 43. In a survey of 364 children aged 19-36 months, it was found that 91 liked to eat potato chips. If a child is selected at random, the probability that she does not like to eat potato chips is... You got it. Your choice 0.75 is right. Question number 44. A bag has 3 red marbles, 2 blue and 4 yellow. What is the theoretical probability of pulling a red? Great thinking. 1.3 is the right choice. Question number 45. There are 6 red marbles, 5 green marbles, and 4 yellow marbles in a bag. If Joe picks 2 marbles, one after the other without replacement, then what is the probability that both are red in color? You're right. 1 per 7 is the correct answer. Question number 46. In a sample study 60-42 people, it was found that 514 people have high school certificate. If a person is selected at random, then the probability that the person has a high school certificate is... Well done. 0.8 is the right choice. Question number 47. You roll a 6-sided die. What is the probability of rolling an even number 3 times in a row? Sharp thinking. 1.8 is the right choice.
Question number 48. Robin has 5 different pairs of shoes that match with 6 different pairs of socks. How many shoes and socks combinations can she make if she selects 1 pair of shoes and 1 pair of socks?
Correct. 30 is the right answer. Question number 49. What is the probability that you choose blue? Simplify your answer. 5 green, 6 yellow, 8 blue, 7 brown. Strong choice. 40-13 is the right answer.
Question number 50. A bag contains 5 quarters, 2 dimes, and 4 pennies. What is the probability of picking a quarter?
Smart pick. 5x11 is the correct choice.
Question number 51. At a particular school with 200 male students, 58 play football, 40 play basketball, and 8 play both. What is the probability that a randomly selected male student plays neither sport? Whoa.
Well reasoned. 90-20 is the correct choice.
Question number 52. If an event has an even chance of occurring, where would it be placed on the number line?
Good thinking. 50% is the right answer.
Question number 53. If you select a marble without looking, how likely is it that you will pick a black one? Correct response. Probable is the most accurate answer.
Question number 54. A chorus has 50 girls and 35 boys. If 2 are chosen at random to sing a duet, what is the probability that both will be boys? Hint. You cannot have the same person twice in a duet.
Exactly. 136 makes sense and it is right choice. Question number 55. A piggy bank contains 4 quarters, 18 dimes, 10 nickels, and 8 pennies. A coin is chosen at random, not replaced, then another is chosen. Find each probability. P. Bravo 665. Question number 56. Find the theoretical probability of landing on orange or red if you spin the spinner. Right again. 3.8 is a valid answer.
Question number 57. What is the probability that the person picked will be a boy given they speak German?
Excellent. 7273 is a brilliant choice.
Question number 58. What is the probability of getting an odd number when rolling a single 6-sided die?
Good job. Your answer 3.6 works well here. Question number 59. You spin this spinner 3 times. Find the probability of these 3 events, P. 172 is a solid answer. Question number 60. A coin is tossed and a number cube is rolled. Find the probability, P. On track. 14 is the correct answer. Question number 61. If you were to roll the die 1 time, what is the probability of it landing on a 2? Smart move. 1 out of 6 is an accurate answer. Question number 62. A store sells shirts that are either small, medium, or large. The colors are either red, blue, green, or white. What is the probability someone will select a large green shirt? Clear logic. Your choice for 12 is sound and 100% true.
Question number 63. Based on the chart, what is the experimental probability of pulling a green marble?
Correct. 8. The 25 is the right answer. Question number 64. A box contains 5 red marbles, 8 white marbles, and 4 green marbles. 1 marble S taken out of the box random. What is the probability that the marble taken out will be not green? Exactly. 17 makes sense and it is right choice. Question number 65. A card is drawn from the set of 52 cards. The probability of getting a queen is? Correct response. 13 is the most accurate answer.
Question number 66. A spinner is spun twice. What is the probability of spinning green both times?
Well picked. 16 is the correct answer. Question number 67. What is the probability of drawing a red card from a standard deck of cards? Great thinking. 1/2 is the right choice. Question number 68. If an event is absolutely impossible, what % probability will it have? Solid response, so % is a valid choice. Question number 69. Find the probability of each set of independent events. rolling a 6 on the first roll of a 1-6 number cube, and rolling an odd number on the second roll of the same cube.
Good job. Your answer word 12 works well here.
Question number 70. In a cricket match, a batsman hits a boundary 4 times out of the 32 balls he plays. In a given ball, what is the probability that he does not hit the ball to the boundary?
Right again. 7/8 is a valid answer.
Question number 71. What is the probability of rolling a cube and having land as an odd number?
Nice selection. 1/2 is the correct and valid answer.
Question number 72. If you flip a coin 2 times, is it independent or dependent probability?
Nice work. You chose independent, and it is correct.
Question number 73. A bag contains 5 red marbles and 4 pink marbles. A marble is randomly drawn and then replaced. What is the probability the first marble is pink and the second is red?
Excellent choice. 24.7% is the right answer.
Question number 74. What is the probability that a female is chosen given they like a Toyota?
Smart pick. 6774 is the correct choice.
Question number 75. Is the spinner more likely or less likely to land on green than yellow?
You chose more likely, and it is correct. Question number 76. A die is rolled. What is the probability that the result is less than 3? 1/3 is the answer.
Question number 77. What percentage of the days that it rained did they forecast no rain?
Valid point. About 14% is true.
Question number 78. 40% of students in a school wore blue on a spirit day. If 2 students are randomly selected, what is the probability that both students will not be wearing blue?
Excellent. 0.36 is a brilliant choice. Question number 79. The chart below represents the number of marbles in a jar, P = 2. You got it. Your choice 5/19 is right.
Question number 80. What is the probability of spinning the spinner and landing on the 7?
Great job. Unlikely is the accurate answer.
Question number 81. Find the probability that the spinner lands on bonus card when spun.
Good thinking. Door 22 is the right answer.
Question number 82. Our jar contains 4 white chips, 5 purple chips, and 1 black chip. Chips are selected randomly one at a time and are not replaced. P.
On track. 2036 is the correct answer. Question number 83. The letters that form the word mathematics are placed individually in a bowl. When selecting a letter from the bowl, what is the probability of choosing a vowel?
Well done. Fork 11 is the right choice.
Question number 84. The spinner is divided equally. Find P, remember to simplify.
You're right. 1/4 is the correct answer. Question number 85. A jar contains 2 pink, 6 red, and 4 blue marbles. If you pick one marble without looking, what is the probability that the marble you pick will be red or blue?
Sharp thinking. 5/6 is the right choice.
Question number 86. How many outfits are possible with 2 pairs of jeans, 5 t-shirts, and 2 pairs of shoes?
Strong choice. 20 is the right answer. Question number 87. A favorable outcome divided by the total possible outcomes. Well reasoned. Probability is the correct choice. Question number 88. What is the probability of choosing a vowel from the alphabet?
Perfect. 50-26 is the correct choice.
Question number 89. What is the probability of flipping tails 2 times in a row?
Nicely done. 3-paid is a solid answer. Question number 90. What is the probability that a student plays an instrument? Right choice. The fee 5 is the best answer.
Question number 91. Clara brings a box of donuts to work that contains 1 donut in each flavor. First, the secretary chooses one. Then the office manager makes a selection.
Right choice. Dependent is the best answer. Question number 92. Find the probability of each set of independent events. Flipping a tail on a coin and spinning a 5 on a spinner with sections of equal area numbered 1-5.
Clear logic. Your choice, fuck 10, is sound and 100% true.
Question number 93. You spin the spinner. How many possible outcomes are there?
Excellent choice. 8 is the right answer.
Question number 94. A box contains 5 purple marbles, 3 green marbles, and 2 orange marbles. Marbles are taken one at a time without replacement. P.
Well reasoned. 2-9 is the correct choice.
Question number 95. A farm has 5 brown cows and 10 white cows. A fence is open and 2 cows escape. What is the probability that it will be a brown cow, then a white cow?
Good thinking. 50-21 is the right answer. Question number 96. What are the chances of the sun not setting tonight?
Great thinking. Impossible is the right choice.
Question number 97. The probability of guessing the correct answer to a certain question is x2. If probability of not guessing the correct answer is 2 die 3, then find x.
Valid point. 2-3 is true.
Question number 98. The probability of an impossible event is dash.
Well done. Zo is the right choice.
Question number 99. What statement does the shaded region represent?
Well picked. A and B is the correct answer.
Question number 100. How many senior boys play football or wrestle?
Correct response. 39 is the most accurate answer.
Question number 101. A 6-sided die is rolled twice. What is the probability of getting a 6 on the first roll, then a number less than 5 on the second roll?
Nice selection. 1.9 is the correct and valid answer.
Question number 102. What percentage of girls have blonde hair?
Solid response. 30% is a valid choice.
Question number 103. Ali downloads a song from an online service. A few minutes later, a customer in another city searches for a song on the same site.
You got it. Your choice, independent, is right.
Question number 104. In a cricket match, a batsman hits a boundary 6 times out of 30 balls she plays. Find the probability that she did not hit a boundary.
On track. 4/5 is the correct answer.
Question number 105. A bag contains 30 pieces of candy. There are 15 grape, 7 cherry, 3 lemon, 5 strawberry. What is the probability of drawing a lemon?
Strong choice. 10 is the right answer.
Question number 106. There are 14 tiles with 1 letter from the word mathematicians on each. Find the probability of randomly choosing the letter M.
Great job. 1/7 is the accurate answer.
Question number 107. What is P?
Nice work. You chose 7-12 and it is correct.
Question number 108. A die is rolled once. What is the probability of rolling a number less than 1? Your answer should be a fraction in simplest form. Smart move. Zo is an accurate answer.
Question number 109. P equal to remember to simplify.
Sharp thinking. 3 pi 4 is the right choice.
Question number 110. During PE class, one team is picking softball gloves from the class bucket. Lindsay chooses a glove first, followed by Megan.
Correct. Dependent is the right answer. Question number 111. A bag contains 5 blue, 12 green, 9 red, and 4 yellow marbles. What is the probability of pulling a green marble out of the bag?
Bravo.
40% is the answer.
Question number 112. An automobile dealer decides to select a month for its annual sale. Find the probability that it will be September or October.
Smart pick. 16 is the correct choice. Question number 113. The letters that form the word mathematics are placed in a bowl. What is the probability of choosing a letter that is a vowel? Exactly. 4/11 makes sense, and it is right choice.
Question number 114. The probability of Ash's soccer team winning its next game is 7/10. What is the probability of not winning their next game?
You're right. 30/10 is the correct answer. Question number 115, find P. Nicely done. 11/26 is a solid answer.
Question number 116. An experiment consists of rolling a fair number cube. Find the theoretical probability of rolling a number greater than 3.
Perfect. 1/2 is the correct choice.
Question number 117. If a probability of a player winning a particular cricket match is 0.84, then probability of the player losing the match. Excellent. 0.16 is a brilliant choice.
Question number 118. When using a 6-sided die, what is the probability of rolling a 3, then not rolling a 3, and then rolling an even number?
Right again.
572 is a valid answer. Question number 119. In a class, there are X girls and Y boys. A student is selected at random. Then find the probability of selecting a boy. You chose Y, and it is correct.
Question number 120. Choose the correct option.
Good job. Your answer 25 works well here.
Question number 121. Pablo chooses a colored marble from a mixed bag and writes down the color. Pablo leaves it out and then draws another.
Nice selection. Dependent is the correct and valid answer. Question number 122. The probability that 2 students born on same day is 0.5999, then the probability that they do not born on same day is.
Solid response. 0.41 is a valid choice.
Question number 123. A die is thrown 300 times and odd numbers are obtained 153 times. Then the probability of getting an even number is.
You got it. Your choice 1/7 is right. Question number 124. What is the probability of rolling a 3 on a 6-sided number cube and then not rolling a 3 on a 6-sided number cube? Correct. 36 is the right answer. Question number 125. A box contains 3 black pens, 7 blue pens, and 5 red pens. What is the probability of getting a red or a black pen? Bravo! 80/15 is the answer.
Question number 126. Christopher picks a marble at random. Without putting the first marble back, he picks a second marble at random.
Well done. Dependent is the right choice.
Question number 127. The probability of each event when a coin is tossed for 1,000 times with frequencies head 455 and tail E5 45 is?
You're right. Your 0.415 EWA for 45 is the correct answer. Question number 128. 2 fair coins are tossed.
What is the probability of getting at most one head?
Exactly. 1 by 2 makes sense and it is right choice.
Question number 129. A coin is tossed 200 times and we get head 112 times and tail 88 times. Find the probability of getting head.
Strong choice. Lull into 200 is the right answer.
Question number 130. A coin is tossed thrice. The chance of getting at least one head is a simple event or compound event.
Well reasoned. Compound event is the correct choice. Question number 131. In a cup are the numbers 120. Find the theoretical probability of picking a number divisible by 5. Smart pick. 135 is the correct choice. Question number 132. A bag has 3 red marbles, 2 blue and 4 yellow. What is the theoretical probability of pulling a red? Excellent choice. 1-3 is the right answer. Question number 133. If 2 events cannot occur simultaneously, in a single trial they are said to be. Nice work. You chose mutually exclusive and it is correct.
Question number 134. If 2 coins are tossed simultaneously, then what is the probability of getting exactly 2 tails?
On track. 1-4 is the correct answer. Question number 135. Determine the likelihood of the following event. Drawing a red card from a standard deck of cards. Perfect. 1 by 2 is the correct choice. Question number 136. A coin is tossed 40 times and it showed tail 24 times. The probability of getting head is dash.
Right again. 2 by 5 is a valid answer.
Question number 137. A letter is chosen at random from the word statistics. The probability of getting a vowel is?
You chose book 10 and it is correct. Question number 138. The probability of getting an even number from a throw of single standard dice of 6 faces. Excellent. 1 by 2 is a brilliant choice. Question number 139. Jillian rolled a number cube 360 times. About how many times do you expect her to roll a 2? Nicely done. 60 is a solid answer. Question number 140. The probability of it raining today is 30%. What is the probability that it will not rain? Valid point. 70% is true. Question number 141. You roll 2 die. What is the probability you will roll a 4, then roll a number less than 3? Well picked. 50-18 is the correct answer. Question number 142. If the probability of success of an experiment is 0.4, what is the probability of failure? Great thinking. 0.6 is the right choice. Question number 143. What is the probability of rolling an even number on a dice? The dice is numbered 1-6. Sharp thinking. 1 guy 2 is the right choice. Question number 144. Clara picks a marble at random, puts it back, and then picks another marble at random. Clear logic. Your choice independent is sound and 100% true. Question number 145. A box has 6 red pens, 8 black pens, 2 blue pens, and 4 purple pens. P. Right choice. 3-5 is the best answer.
Question number 146. You flip a nickel 3 times. Find the probability that all flips will land on tails.
Good job. Your answer 1/8 works well here. Question number 147. A die is rolled. What is the probability of rolling a 5 or a number greater than 3? Smart move. 2/3 is an accurate answer.
Question number 148. The probability of all possible outcomes of a random experiment is always equal to. Great job. 1 is the accurate answer.
Question number 149. The chance of an event happening when expressed quantitatively is probability.
Good thinking. Classical approach is the right answer.
Question number 150. When a die is thrown, the probability of getting an odd number less than 4 is.
Correct response. 1/3 is the most accurate answer.
Question number 151. A coin is tossed twice. What is the probability of getting at least one head?
You got it. Your choice 3/4 is.
Question number 152. The probability based on the concept of relative frequency theory is called.
Bravo! Empirical probability is the answer. Question number 153. The sum of probabilities of all elementary events of a random experiment is.
Valid point. 1 is true.
Question number 154. If 2 dice are thrown simultaneously, then total number of outcomes n equal to.
Exactly. 36 makes sense and it is right choice.
Question number 155. Find the experimental probability. Rolling dice. 1, 3, 3, 4, rolling a 1.
Clear logic. Your choice 1 for 5 is sound and 100% true.
Question number 156. If there's any event in S and its complement is a then, P is equal to.
Correct response. 1p is the most accurate answer.
Question number 157. Which of the following cannot be the empirical probability of an event?
Smart pick. 3/2 is the correct choice.
Question number 158. What is the probability of flipping a coin 3 times and getting 3 heads? On track. 1/8 is the correct answer.
Question number 159. A standard die is rolled twice. Find each probability P.
Strong choice.
12 is the right answer.
Question number 160. Find the probability of getting a head or a tail while tossing a coin.
Well reasoned. 1 is the correct choice.
Question number 161. A number between 0 and 1 that is used to measure uncertainty is called.
Nice work. You chose probability and it is correct. Question number 162. The probabilities of all possible outcomes of an event adds up to dash. Great job. 1 is the accurate answer.
Question number 163. An action which results in some well-defined outcomes is called dash. Nicely done. Experiment is a solid answer.
Question number 164. The 6 faces of the dice are called equally likely if the dice is.
Good thinking. Fair is the right answer.
Question number 165. Find the probability of rolling greater than a 1 on a single die.
Excellent choice. 5v6 is the right answer.
Question number 166. An action which results in one or several outcomes is called dash.
Solid response. Trial is a valid choice.
Question number 167. Probability of an event plus probability of the event not is.
Right choice. 1 is the best answer.
Question number 168. A collection of one or more outcomes of an experiment is called.
Well picked. Event is the correct answer.
Question number 169. The theoretical probability of rolling an even number on a dice.
Correct. 1.2 is the right answer.
Question number 170. Dash is a collection of all possible outcomes of an experiment. Perfect. Sample space is the correct choice.
Question number 171. If p equal to 0.38, then probability of event E not occurring is?
Sharp thinking. 0.62 is the right choice.
Question number 172. Probability can be expressed as a number between dash and dash.
You're right. 0 and 1 is the correct answer.
Question number 173. What is an event that will happen or has a probability of 1?
Well done. Certain is the right choice.
Question number 174. The probability of drawing the king from a deck of cards is?
Great thinking. 13 is the right choice. Question number 175. In a throw of a die, find the probability of not getting 4.
You chose 5 or 6, and it is correct.
Question number 176. Probability can only be values between which two numbers?
Nice selection. 1 is the correct and valid answer. Question number 177. If 2 coins are tossed, then total number of outcomes are?
Excellent. 4 is a brilliant choice.
Question number 178. A dice is thrown. The probability of getting 1 and 5 is?
Good job. Your answer 1-3 works well here.
Question number 179. A box has 3 limes, 5 grapes, and 2 oranges type P.
Smart move. 7 die 10 is an accurate answer.
Question number 180. The possible outcomes of an experiment are called dash.
Right again. Events is a valid answer.
Question number 101. P equal to 4p equal to 5, 5p equal to 3. Find.
Well picked. The 65 is the correct answer. Question number 182. The probability of an event is written as P. Valid point. True is true.
Question number 183. An unlikely chance event is closer to what number?
Correct. Zoe is the right answer. Question number 184. The probability of an event that cannot happen is? Good thinking. Zoe is the right answer.
Question number 185. If we toss a coin, getting a head or a tail are?
Exactly. Equally likely makes sense, and it is right choice. Question number 186. What is the probability of an impossible event? Excellent choice. Zoe is the right answer.
Question number 187. A particular result of an experiment is called?
Excellent. Outcome is a brilliant choice. Question number 188. Probability can be between what two numbers? Right choice. 0 and 1 is the best answer.
Question number 189. A set of all possible outcomes is known as?
Nice work. You chose a sample space, and it is correct.
Question number 190. The probability of each event lies between?
Sharp thinking. Joel and 1 is the right choice.
Question number 191. If p equal to 0.47, then find p.
Nice selection. 0.43 is the correct and valid answer.
Question number 192. Outcome with the same chance of occurring.
Clear logic. Your choice equally is sound and 100% true.
Question number 193. Tossing a coin 50 times is called an dash.
You got it. Your choice experiment is right.
Question number 194. The sum of all probabilities equal to?
Solid response. 1 is a valid choice.
Question number 195. If p equal to 0.44, then p will be?
Correct response. 0.56 is the most accurate answer. Question number 196. Empirical probability is also known as.
Great job. Experimental probability is the accurate answer.
Question number 197. The probability of an event cannot be.
Right again. Less than 0 is a valid answer. Question number 198. A 10-sided die is rolled up P. Well done. 1 per 5 is the right choice.
Question number 199. An event with a probability of 0.
Good job. Your answer impossible works well here.
Question number 200. How do you write 0.02 as a percent?
Bravo. 2% is the answer.
Question number 201. Probability can be written as dash.
Perfect. All of the above is the correct choice.
Question number 202. Rolling a 15 on a number cube is.
Smart pick. Impossible is the correct choice.
Question number 203, experimental probability is.
You chose what actually happens, and it is correct.
Question number 2 and 4. A random experiment contains.
Great thinking. At least one outcome is the right choice.
Question number 205. Possible results of an event.
Nicely done. Outcomes is a solid answer.
Question number 206. Rolling a 15 on a dice is.
On track. Impossible is the correct answer.
Question number 207. Probability lies between.
Strong choice. Zoran 1 is the right answer.
Question number 208. P equal to dash.
You're right. 1 is the correct answer.
Question number 209. P equal to 49. P equal to.
Well reasoned. Top 51 is the correct choice.
Question number 210. How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format? Smart move. Contact Narayan Changdar on Facebook is an accurate answer.